Hey guys, this is Nintendo Guy 1981. I'm changing the top 5 up a bit. I'm going to look at the best and worst Mario Kart items in one video. This list was put together last minute, so if it's not that good, I apologize. And for next time, and all the other times I'll be doing top 5s, I will, put the list together beforehand. So let's get started with number 5. The fake item box, and these are the best items. Now, if you think the fake item box is bad, then I don't have a problem with that. But, I love all the cool things you can do with it. Like, I don't have any footage of this right now, but you can place it inside a real item box, and then if a player goes for it, they'll, get hit. Also, if they're not looking at the item box, telling if it's a fake or if it's real, then if they drive into it, they'll get hit. But I know how to know if a fake item box is fake or real. If it's not in a spot where the normal item box would be, then it's a fake. And I'd like to thank Vinny64 for giving me this footage here. And don't think I'm using copyright problems, I'm sorry. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the fake item box. Number 4, best, the fire flower. You see the fireballs, right? And Shy Guy. I love Shy Guy. Anyway, the fire flower is great. I love it, personally, because of how classic it is, and how good it is in Mario Kart 7 and 8. You can obviously use it to throw fireballs, and if they hit people, well, they'll spin out and burn to their death. So, that's pretty much it for the fire flower, but, I just like it, and it doesn't give you any boost or anything, but it's still a pretty decent item. Number 3, best, the piranha plant. I like this item, even though it was only featured in Mario Kart 8, but I like it, because, it can eat people and toss them out of the way like a bullet bill, but it also gives you a boost, kind of like the bullet bill. Basically, I'm comparing this item to the bullet bill, but it's still an awesome item because of, again, its classicness, its originality, and the stuff that it benefits you in Mario Kart 8. I mean, this item is just fantastic because it can help you get in first place easy depending on what place you're in. If you're close to, fourth and you got a potted piranha plant, you can just use this item to chomp your foes out of the way, and then get a boost, and then, just go right on. Number 2, best, the bullet bill. It kind of looks into your soul there. Now, I know you're pretty shocked to see the bullet bill is number 2 on this list, but I just found an item to be way better. So basically, the bullet bill is the modified potted piranha plant from Mario Kart 8. It came out in Mario Kart DS, and I love it because, of how fast it is, how aggressive it is. It can get you to, first place in probably 3 attempts. It's that fast and that aggressive. The only problem is you can only get it when you're past 7th in Mario Kart Wii. I'm not sure if that's the case for Mario Kart 8 because I don't have the game. But I love it, and it's at number 2 because of its aggressiveness and its speed. And now the number 1 best Mario Kart item is the Super Horn. And this item is number 1 for only one reason. It can block blue shells. You see the little blue specks right here? Yeah, that was part of a blue shell that was destroyed by this. This is the only reason why the super horn is number 1, and I'm not even gonna say anymore, but that it can also, spin your foes out. Now on to the worst Mario Kart items. Number 5, worst. Now I know you can't see through all the writing, but the number 5 worst Mario Kart item is apparently the red shell. Now if you think it's pretty good, I'll buy that. But I still think it's bad. In Mario Kart 64, that is. Yes, only the red shells in the older Mario Kart games are bad. The newer ones are better. But Mario Kart 64 red shells are literally the worst red shells ever. I just paused the footage here, and you can read all that if you want. Thank you, Vinny64, for this footage. But if you throw a red shell in Mario Kart 64, it will start to follow the player in front of you, but then all of a sudden it will get off task of where it's going and then eventually crash into the wall. It really gets on my nerves, especially with a course with rails like Toad's Turnpike or Rainbow Road. So yeah, that's why I hate the Mario Kart 64 edition of the red shells, because, they go off task, like they can't follow the player they're supposed to. Number 4, worst. Ignore the writing, please, but that would be the PAL block. This item was only in Mario Kart Wii, but why it's so bad is because it comes up way, way too often. Since I'm a skilled Mario Kart player, and this video is from a skilled player's perspective, so if the list is pretty bad, please note that it was from my perspective and that I'm a skilled player. So if you're a poor player, then you might have a different list. Anyway, back on the topic. The PAL block is so bad because it comes up too often. And it just makes me sick of having to shake the Wii remote or press the D-pad on the classic controller so many times, because it sometimes messes up your control, and also it makes you lose all of your items, which is really annoying, especially when you're on a hard course like Mario Kart Wii Rainbow Road, and that Rainbow Road is simply dazzling. Number 3 worst. The Thunderbolt. Now remember, this is from my perspective and I'm a skilled player, so your list may be different. And the Lightning Bolt may be listed as one of your best items, but for me, it's the number 3 worst. Excuse me. So as you see here, this person is getting struck with a Lightning Bolt, but I probably get struck just as many times, because I'm a skilled player, I'm always in first place. Sometimes when you're over a pit, tricking, the lightning bolt will strike you out of nowhere, and it makes you mad because you have to fall and sacrifice and, all that stuff. But for me, the lightning bolt is so bad because, just like the PAL block, it happens way too frequently. Like, I'm usually in first place literally all the time in Mario Kart Wii, but then this person in 12th always uses his or her lightning bolt that he or she has. It's so annoying, and yeah, it just makes me a little mad, especially when you're over a pit tricking and then you have to fall, and then you can get put back in 11th or 12th place, which has happened to me a couple times. Number 2, worst. The blue shell. The blue shell is my number 2 worst because, once again, I'm a skilled player. I'm always in first, and nothing can go wrong, right? Well, that is until Mario Kart 64 came out with the second worst item of all time, the blue shell. I only hate the Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Kart DS, and Mario Kart Wii versions of the blue shell, however, because those blue shells are far more aggressive then the Mario Kart 64, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Mario Kart 7, Mario Kart 8 version. In Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Kart DS, and Mario Kart Wii, they explode you up into the air and racers can easily pass you. However, in the other Mario Karts that I mentioned, Mario Kart 64, Super Circuit 7, and 8, they instead glide along the course as a normal shell would, but they can hit other foes, and then they'll proceed to explode the first player, but not high up into the air. So, now I'm going to talk about the blue shell. It's so bad because I'm a skilled player. And right here, there's the blue shell with wings. That's the one I'm talking about. It tosses you so high up in the air that foes can easily pass you when you are, in the air crying to your death. Because you got exploded by a shell with spikes and wings. So seriously, it gets on my nerves to see a blue shell explode me when I'm going over a big trick pit, just like the lightning thing. And the POW block if they, if I forget to dodge it. But yeah, the blue shell is really bad, and I just hate it whenever it comes up. I even used a blue shell on myself once when I was in first, racing with my friend. I got a blue shell in second, but then I passed my friend and got first, and then I used it and got myself, apparently. So enough talk about this horrible item. It's time to see what number 1 is. And now, the number 1 worst Mario Kart item is coins. The only reason why is they leave you completely vulnerable to anything. It's just bad. Like, let's say a red shell is coming for you, you get that item box, and then you get a coin. You get hit, racers pass you. Yeah, that's how bad the coins are. They leave you vulnerable to anything. Coins. Go back to Mario Kart Super Circuit. That was the game to handle coins correctly. So if you want to play a Mario Kart game with coins in it, go play Mario Kart Super Circuit. It lets you have an unlimited amount of coins, and it doesn't have them as items. Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart 7, and Mario Kart 8 only let you have a limit of 10 coins, which is not much. And in Mario Kart 8 and Super Mario Kart, they have them as items, which is very bad because, once again, they leave you vulnerable to everything. The bananas also, and accept coins. So, people, thank you for the footage. Sorry I filmed it, but you shouldn't mind. Thank you for the footage. I'll mention you guys in the description. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Microsoft Guy 1981 for subscribing to me. Leave a like down below, subscribe, leave a comment for future top 5s, and yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday for my next Let's Play of BioFreaks for the Nintendo 64.